Got caught in the rain. My hair is doing its own thing. We're gonna pretend that it's okay. Hey guys, it's me, Xander Foster, and I am 1 year on testosterone. So I wanted to talk about some of the changes that have grown exponentially since I've been on testosterone, sort of the last year in general, as well as changes that have plateaued and changes that have slowed down over the last few months. If you have been keeping up with my transition, you know that I started testosterone on July 21st, 2015. I've made a few videos about changes as a result of testosterone, and some of those changes have been continuing and some of them have been slowing down and even stopping, so I wanted to talk about some of those. One of the first changes I noticed when I went on testosterone was my voice changing, and that has been something that has continued to change over the last year and still continues to change. The interesting thing with my voice is that there's the very obvious change that it's getting deeper and my voice is cracking and it's changing, but the change that resulted from my voice changing was just being able to hear myself. When I hear my voice on a recording, I often, as I'm sure many of us do, have that moment of, do I really sound like that? Especially when I'm singing, if I hear my voice played back to me, I'm like, it's not a great job. And still to this day, when I edit my YouTube videos or when I play back a video of myself singing, I sort of cringe and I'm like, why do I sound like that? So that has not changed, but what has changed is being able to listen to myself and hear me. Before I was on testosterone, the voice that was in my head never matched the voice that was being manifested or the voice that I heard come back at me when I played a recording. Now that my voice has changed, the voice that I express to the world, the voice I'm speaking to you today in, and the voice I will hear when I edit this video sounds like me. And this might be confusing if you have not experienced this, but my voice for once in my life is sounding or starting to sound like the voice in my head. And I didn't know that those voices were meant to or commonly match. I thought the voice in your head was one thing and the voice you spoke in was another thing. So my voice continues to change, and that is definitely a positive thing. Although my singing voice is nowhere near the strength or power that it was, and hopefully nowhere near the strength or power that it will be in the future, I'm having a lot of fun learning how to sing, learning how to use my voice and play with my voice. Another change that has continued since I last updated you guys is my muscle and fat distribution. I'm getting a lot less fat in my arms and on my legs, and that's not turning into muscle, I don't think, but it's just the fat doesn't go there, and so I can feel and see my muscles a lot more. I've also noticed that all of my fat is going to my abdomen, and not so much my belly, but especially my sides, which makes my waist come out more, which is awesome because I'm losing my hourglass, which I'm very happy about. Another change that is continuing is my hair. The hair on my head is thicker than it was even a month and a half ago, and my body hair, there's more of it. After about 2 months on testosterone, I noticed my hunger skyrocket, and I noticed that I could eat 4 meals, full meals a day. And that was not normal for me. The biggest thing that I've had to consider about my appetite since I've started testosterone is my energy level. I wasn't really gaining any weight, even though I was eating all of this food, but I had so much more energy. And because testosterone gave me more energy and I was exerting that energy, I needed much more food and many more calories to get back what I lost when I was exerting all of this energy. In my head, there are 2 parts to being tired. There's emotional tired and there's physically tired. And my problem with testosterone is I get emotionally tired the same way, and it takes the same amount of activity to get me emotionally tired, but I rarely get physically exhausted. So I can have a long day of work or being with friends or whatever, and I want to come home, relax, go to bed, wake up well rested. The problem with that is, since I'm on testosterone, I have so much more physical energy. So I might be emotionally drained and ready to sleep for 8 hours, but my body is saying, let's go for a run, let's go outside, let's go kick a ball around. And that is really frustrating when you're trying to go to bed, but your body is ready to run a marathon. Because I have all of this physical energy, and because it's been particularly difficult for me to fall asleep the last few months, I have picked up running again. I used to run when I was in middle school, but around the time that I started wearing a chest binder, it became very difficult, and I just dropped it. I just gave it up for many years. The best way that I have found to get all of my physical energy out without making myself more emotionally tired. I don't have to think about running like I have to think about other sports. Going outside right before I go to bed and running through my neighborhood doesn't mentally wear me down. So if I get home from a long day and I'm emotionally drained, I'll usually just go for a run, hop in the shower, and then go to bed. A few times I've gotten up early in the morning to go for a run, but that's usually if I skipped my run at night and I still have so much energy. I definitely have noticed that I'm eating less lately, but my body is craving high-calorie, high-protein meals. And so I don't get hangry as much as I used to. I don't get really irritable if I haven't eaten as much as I did a few months ago because of testosterone. But if I haven't had decent protein in me in a while, I'll get very uncomfortable, very exhausted, and irritable. As I'm becoming used to testosterone being the main hormone driving my emotions and driving my physical self, I have developed this fear of the future. From the moment I came out, everything changed. I changed my pronouns, and I changed my name and my wardrobe and my gender and name with the government, and I started hormones, and I had gender confirmation surgery in January, and testosterone has changed everything over the past year. And my fear is that although it is so comfortable to live my authentic self on a daily basis, my fear is that I will get this uncomfortable feeling if I'm not changing so often like I have been for the past 6 years of my transition. It would be very easy for me to become uncomfortable with a lack of change in my transition or in my life and not know why I'm uncomfortable. And so just reminding myself and reflecting on my experiences and just saying over and over to myself that it's okay to celebrate authenticity and celebrate routine. I'm not going to do something for the first time every day of my life, and I'm not going to find new hairs or new freckles or new muscles every day of my life, and that's okay. And reminding myself that it's okay to live authentically and express authenticity without that manifesting differently constantly. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about my transition or testosterone or myself, you can leave them in the comments down below. If you'd like to see the rest of my transition updates, I'll leave them in the description. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, then subscribe. My button is unbuttoned. That's classy. Can we not text me? I'm in the middle of doing something.